How y'all doing? Welcome to Marsh Mechanic Outdoors again. I'm Kelly. I had stepped on one of my trawl boards and cracked it because I might be a little too heavy. But anyway, I checked a couple supply companies for new boards, and they were priced between $400 and $500 for a set of trawl boards. And the ones I wanted were 18 by 36, 1.5 by 3 foot. So I decided to build my own. So buying one 12 by 12 by 3/4 inch pine board, I could build one board 18 by 36. For the rest of the hardware and chains, I had a lot of boards to scrap from. I had a 12-foot trawl, a 16-foot trawl, the 25 and a 35-foot trawl, so I could scrap stuff off of those, the weights and stuff. So I was lucky there. I didn't have to spend money on that. What you want to do is just cut the board 8 1/4 all the way down. Make sure you cut it on a glass table too, so that, you know, it can really be really safe. And you want to mark your middle at 3 feet. Cut that in half. So that gives you 2 3-foot boards. So you got your 2 3-foot boards, 8 1/4 inch each, and you put a gap 1.5 inches in between. It gives you 18 inches. Then your leftovers you use for your supports. You can cut 4 18-inch supports that go across your boards. On each end you put 2 18-inch supports. So to fasten, I use stainless steel wood screws, 1 inch. For your weights or your skid pads on the end of your board, you want to just make a curve, make your weights curved so it goes along the bottom real easy. I already had these, so it made it a little easier for me. So the holes for your bridle for your chain is going to be 10 1/4 from the back of the board. On the weighted side, you want a hole 2.5 inches to the center of the hole. You want the hole on the opposite side of the weight 4 1/4 off the side, and both of them are 10 1/4 from the back of the board. Again, you want to cut this over glass so you're really safe. When you cut your holes for the front of the boards, you measure 18 inches to the center of each hole. Okay, when you got all 4 holes for your bridle for your chain, you want 12 inches across. 18 inches long ways, 12 inches across. Holes for your trawl hookup, you want it 2.5 inches off the side by 2 inches off the back of the trawl board. It kind of looked like it wanted to ignite. Two boards when you're doing this, so it's going to get really hot. Chain bridle should be 1 foot towards the front of the board and 2 foot towards the back of the board. Makes 3 feet. Put your chains to the holes. Make sure your shorter side of your chains goes towards the front. 1 foot, 2 foot goes towards the back. And you secure them with maybe a 2.5 inch bars, little bars, stainless steel if you have it. And you just attach them with like chicken wire staples. Because the force is going the other way. It's not going to go anywhere. Let's cut the rest of that weight off. You don't want it hanging past the board. Round it off the edge a little bit with some sandpaper. You get one more support, 18 inches long, and put it right in the middle. That's basically it. Okay, 2 18 by 36 inch boards for a 25-foot trawl, made by just 2 cuts of wood. And I wanted to say about the weights, you want about even weight per wood. So get your wood together. If it's 10 pounds, you want 10 pounds of weight along the side, just like that. So you want your weights and your boards to weigh about the same. So if you have your boards weigh 10 pounds, you want 10 pounds of weight. Mine cost me about $80. The old timers use cypress, and as some people use plywood. I like the pine. It works fine. Been using that for years, and I never had a problem with it. I was able to scrounge up some weights and stuff, so I guess you could spend $100 altogether with your weights and hardware and everything. So it's still way cheaper than $400. This is for a 25-foot trawl, 18 by 36-inch boards, and really easy. It didn't take me very long, just about a month. Not too bad. So hopefully it'll work out. It won't come apart and break and tangle up the trawl, and this video will mean nothing. If you made it this far in the video and you didn't jump out of a window or anything, maybe consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. I'd be glad to answer any questions, and I like talking to y'all. Y'all have a good week, good weekend, and I'll catch y'all next time. Thanks. You want to say goodbye, Trooper? No? All right, maybe next time.